What's up, people? It's your man Juleskentertain, and here we are with the Injustice spoiler-free review from me. But before we get that started, please, if you could, just like and subscribe. It's 100 subscribers so I can turn this YouTube channel from youtube.com/abz4579. Yeah, I'm trying to change it from that to just youtube.com/JulesKEntertain, or however that format will be. If you see me, I'm wearing my favorite Flash shirt. Actually, it's my only Flash shirt, and most people look at this Flash shirt and be like, "That's not the right Flash shirt, it's the wrong color." And I'll just be like, "Then maybe you can get some people to like and subscribe and give me some money through YouTube so I can buy myself a good Flash shirt." I'm joking. I actually bought this because I like this Flash shirt. It is Walmart brand, great value, $7.95. Hey, can't beat it, right? I'm just saying, I like the shirt. To the review! First off in this review, I want to talk about the visuals. And the reason I want to talk about the visuals first is because this was my main concern when I saw the trailer. I was like, oh man, they sure went heavy on this CGI. And I was like, man, I sure hope they don't put that much CGI in the rest of the movie. Good thing is, they didn't. You will hear some people talking, a special group of people that I call Group H. That's group haters. These are the haters. They probably haven't even seen the movie and are still talking about, oh, it was too much CGI. No, it's a good mix of CGI. Personally, I thought it was a good mix of CGI. Near the battle scenes, yes, it was a little bit more heavy, but it wasn't anything that really threw the movie off to me. Through the rest of the movie, though, it was mostly on location. It wasn't a lot of CGI outside of what you see in the trailers. And the visuals there, especially on the Flash, whoo, that is bad. But I'm going to get to that later. The visuals, I think, were awesome, so I give that a definite plus. Thing I want to talk about number 2, I want to talk about the storyline, the plot line. Now, that special group of people we named earlier, Group H, yeah, there was no storyline involved at all. It was all just so thrown together. I had no idea what was going on. What's going on with this? That's the reason they belong to that group, because they must not have even been paying attention to the movie, because the plot line itself was clearly stated by the characters in the movie a couple of different times. We gotta do this plot line. This is the plot line right here. And even Wonder Woman at one point, she's like, this is the plot line. They didn't actually say that, but they may as well have said it because it basically explained what the whole movie was going to be about in the first place. And here's why people didn't like it. Some people may not like it because it wasn't very complex. The plot line was a very simple plot line, which I think is something that some movies need, where the villain is simply a villain. It didn't go too much into why he did what he did and, you know, all that stuff. He was simply a villain who was doing some bad stuff, and they had to come together to stop him. That was a plot line. It was not very complex, which is actually good, because if it was, people would have been whining about how long the movie was. And that's why I give it, you know, a goody good. Well, I don't give the plot line a goody good, because that sounds kind of weird. Number 3. The fight scene. This is why you wanted to see the Justice League. You wanted to see the team beat some people down. And for me personally, that's what they did. They did a lot of emphasis on the team fighting. Yeah, sometimes you had somebody fighting by themselves, but it was as a team they were fighting for one general cause. So I think that for that, they did a great job. I mean, it's a Justice League movie. You don't just want to see Wonder Woman go off and fight somebody. You don't want to just see Batman go off fight somebody. You want to see the Justice League working together as a team. And the way they did it, they brought it together very well. And I guess that actually ties more so into the story, where they brought together these people to fight. They had to catch their bearings. They kind of had to get their stuff together to know how to fight together. And it was actually really cool how they did that. I think it was good. It was okay how they did it. The fight scenes were not bad at all. Number 5. Am I even on number 5? I don't know if I'm on number 5. I kind of lost count. The cast. Number 1. I was hoping so bad that this person would do well, because he's not a bad character at all. But I'm sorry, I have to say that my impression of Ben Affleck as Batman in this was not that great. As opposed to Batman vs. Superman, I think he was better as Batman in that. The reason being, I don't think it was Ben Affleck, the actor, that did this. In the writing for this movie, they did try to incorporate a lot of humor. There were quite a few times where Batman's humor didn't seem so Batman-y. Because, you know, Batman's humor is kind of based off the fact that he's just a dark individual, brooding individual. He's grumpy. He's not too likable. But in this, it seemed like they were kind of trying to make him a little bit more likable. So some of his jokes were coming off as that, or as kind of like a like a kind of a goofy. No, I can't say goofy. They were just coming off kind of weird, and it didn't fit Batman's persona, in my opinion. My personal opinion. I should have said this at the beginning of the video. This review is from the mind of a person who is a nerd that doesn't know as much as a nerd should know. I love comic book characters. I love watching the movies, but I haven't really had a chance to dive real deep into the comics and, really study them. I'm not a comicologist like so many people are. So when you hear this review, this is coming from somebody who simply likes to watch a good movie. Next, we have Wonder Woman. What can I say? She owns that part like she owns this heart right here. Yeah, I'm on the right side. I'm just joking. Nobody owned my heart. I'm a one-me man, me. And Wonder Woman, she was great. Nobody would ever debate that. And in this movie, their character was built a little bit more. I really can't say too much more about it because you guys already know how awesome she was as Wonder Woman. Number 3, this character I was most skeptical about because I felt like when they casted him, they were just trying to distract from the fact that he was, the character himself was pretty lame. That is, as you probably guessed, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. In a lot of movies, or in comics, or in whatever rendition, they kind of lamed up Aquaman, like he can talk to fish. Okay, so what type thing. They didn't really focus until more recently in the DC animated movies how beast this dude really is. So, what do? They get Jason Momoa from Game of Thrones to portray this beast character that people don't really know is beast. In this movie, they barely even focused on the fact he could talk to fish. They referenced it a couple times pretty much, but they put most of the emphasis on how beast he was as a warrior and a lot onto his personality, which I thought was awesome. We needed to see Aquaman like that. My man Cyborg. Now, he wasn't what I expected. Like I said, I don't dive really deep into comics and stuff like that, so the only times I've really seen Cyborg is in like Teen Titans and stuff where he's kind of, he's standoffish a little bit, but he's kind of got that somewhat humorous and booyah type thing going on to him. Well, in this movie, they did focus on him as a character before, he really got a hold of his powers and everything like that. They said his CGI wasn't that good, and there were moments when you could kind of like really see it, but it wasn't anything just out there. During most of the movie, the guy was heavy. He was just coming into what's happened to him and this new thing that's going on. So he did that perfect. A+, bro. A+. Then here's a spoiler, but Superman. Who doesn't like Henry Cavill as Superman? Or Henry Cavill. I don't know. Is he French? What's going on, people? Yes, he is in the movie. At some point, they put him in the movie. And I'm going to say, as a character, it is so good to see Superman smiling again, okay? In Batman vs. Superman, he was pissed off the whole movie. And some people like that. Me, personally, I didn't like it. Now, in this movie, he is actually a lot more lighthearted, and he's back to that personality that we like. But I cannot say I liked where the story took it, where it kind of made him almost an OP'd character, even for Superman. Last, but definitely not least, my man, The Flash! Yeah, I was hoping there would be an effect here or something, but I didn't have time to put it in. The Flash is my favorite character, that's why I put him last. There's a lot of talk all the time. Who does it better? Ezra Grant! I gotta say, Grant, you're my boy, but you're kind of bumped. Ezra Miller did an excellent job as a Flash. He really did embody that comedic personality of the Flash. And but here's the difference. He was not cocky. The Flash, if I'm not mistaken, even in comics, was cocky at times. This guy wasn't. Ezra Miller was not cocky in this. He was actually somewhat unsure of himself quite a bit. And you even see it in the previews when he's like, I usually just push people and run away. Like, he was not too sure of himself. And it shows in his growth. And there are times where he messes up or whatever. And it was really cool just to see that version of the Flash. Visuals on him alone were beast. When bro is running, and he's in the Speed Force, they did such a great job of bringing that to life, to putting it on camera, and to getting it on film to capture the essence of what's going on. It was awesome. Y'all, those were the best visuals. I'm so happy. I'm dying. Overall, my review, the movie was a good movie. It wasn't bad. And if you were the person that watched Batman vs. Superman and you're like, ugh, then you can go see this movie. And I do not think you will be disappointed. You're definitely not going to walk out like, yes, they redeemed themselves, DC on the map. But you will have hope. There's hope, people. But you're not going to be disappointed. Unless you're in that group H. If you're in Group H, you probably will be, because you'll be like, yeah, they just need to quit. Marvel, Marvel, Marvel. No, Marvel is the best. I don't pick a side. Again, because the plot line is basic, it adds to it, but at the same time, it doesn't put it up there. The only thing that I thought was really, really above standard was the Flash, and that could be biased because that's my favorite character in DC Universe. I've said it about 3 or 4 times. I may say it again. Who knows? By the end of this video. So if I had to give this movie a letter grade, it would probably be somewhere between a C+, C+, and a B-. Again, it didn't completely bore me. It held my attention. There were times in theaters I was like, yeah, that's cool. And then there were some times I was like, but it didn't kill me. It was a good movie. I think anybody should go see it. Again, unless you're in Group H, and if so, suck a big toe. I'm just joking. Don't suck a big toe. I still need you guys to subscribe. Even if you're in Group H, just subscribe, like, so I can, get at least 100 followers and give myself a good URL. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been Movie Reviews with Juleskentertain. Thank you!